Hi guys! Alright, today we're going to read a story about dinosaurs. This one is about Tyrannosaurus Drip. It's about a T-Rex and duck-billed dinosaurs. So let's see. Alright, in a swamp beside a river where the land was thick with veg lived a herd of duck-billed dinosaurs who roamed the water's edge. These are the duck-billed dinosaurs, they're green. And they hooted, "Up with rivers, up with reeds, up with bellyfuls of juicy water weeds." They only eat plants. Now, across the river, on a hill the other side, lived a mean Tyrannosaurus with his grim and grisly bride. And they shouted, "Up with hunting, up with war, up with bellyfuls of duck-billed dinosaurs." They want to eat the green dinosaurs from the other page. But the two Tyrannosauruses, so grisly, mean, and grim, couldn't catch the duck-billed dinosaurs. You know why? Because they couldn't swim. So they muttered, "Down with water and down with wet. What a shame that bridges aren't invented yet." And now, a little Compsog Nuthers, we'll just call her Comp, found a duckbill egg and stole it from the nest. And she swam with it, and she ran with it, silly. And she thought, "Clever me. Won't the baby Comps be thrilled with the duckbill egg for..." Boom! Somebody stepped on her. I wonder who stepped on her. And she dropped the egg in terror and she went running for her life. She ran because it was the mean T-Rex and his bride. And the duckbill egg went rolling and rolling and rolling. And do you know where it went? It went in this nest. It's the T-Rex's nest. So, now Mama T-Rex had great big jaws and great enormous legs. But you know what? Her rather brain was little and she couldn't count her eggs. She didn't know that she only had 2 eggs. She thought she had 3 eggs. She doesn't know. So she sang, "Hatch out, my terrors, with your scaly little tails and your spiky little toothies and your scary little nails." They're gonna come out. The little T-Rex are gonna come out. And out hatch babies 1 and 2. Bloop, bloop. As perfect as could be. But Mama T was horrified by baby number 3. "What?" And she grumbled, "He looks weedy. What long arms, and look, his mouth is like a beak." "He just needs some feeding," said the daddy T-Rex, and gave the baby some meat. The first 2 gulped and guzzled, but the third one refused to eat. He didn't want to eat, said, "No, I don't want meat." And he said, "I'm really sorry, I simply can't. This meat looks horrible. I'd rather eat a plant." He said he doesn't want the meat, he wants the vegetable. "A plant?" yelled Mom in horror, and Dad said, "Get a grip." His sisters found a name for him, Tyrannosaurus Drip. And they shouted, "Up with hunting, up with war, up with bellyfuls of duck-billed dinosaur." But poor Tyrannosaurus Drip tried hard to sing along, but the others yelled, "Oh, you silly Drip, you've got the words all wrong." You know why? Because this is how he said, "Down with hunting, down with war, down with bellyfuls of duck-billed dinosaur." It's not what the T-Rex is saying, but that's how duck-billed Tyrannosaurus Drip sings. Drip's sisters soon grew big enough to hunt with Mommy and Daddy, but they turned on Drip and told him, "You know what? You're not fierce enough to come, Mimi." And he cried, "Oh, they went without This does not feel like home. I'm gonna go run away. So he left. He was so sad he ran away from home. So he ran off to the river with a lovely sight. A herd of duck-billed dinosaurs all hooting with delight. And they hooted up with rivers, up with reeds, up with bellyfuls of juicy water reeds. As he stood there on the bank, a sudden urge took hold of him. He jumped into the water and discovered he could swim. And the duckbills came to greet him by the rushy river's edge, and they hooted, "Nice to see you. Here, have some veg." So nice, they gave him plants for food. And Drip, who was delighted that they hadn't run away, ate bellyfuls of water weeds and played with them all day. Then he gazed into the river and he asked them, who is that creature in the water? Right there. Who's that creature? And they laughed. "Oh, silly, that's you." That night, the lightning crackled and a storm blew down a tree. And it fell across the river. And the teas cried, "Yippee!" You know why? Because now there's a bridge across the river and they can go eat the duck-billed dinosaurs. And they shouted, "Up with hunting, up with war, up with bellyfuls of duck-billed dinosaurs." And Drip's sister stepped onto the bridge but then began to frown. You know why? Because little Tyrannosaurus Drip is right here. He said, "Look out, look down." And they looked into the water and they each cried, "Ah! Water monsters! Help!" And then Mama T-Rex comes running. She said, "Nonsense." And she joined them on the tree. Then she looked into the water and said, "Oh, good gracious me." The three of them stood there trembling. "Oh," Daddy T-Rex said, "get a grip, girls. You're all of you as drippy as Tyrannosaurus Drip." So he strode onto the bridge and scoffed, "I bet there's nothing there." And then he looked into the water and he jumped in the air because he got scared. He said, "Oh!" And how the duckbills hooted when he landed with a crash. And the tree bridge broke. And 4 tyrannosauruses went splash. They fell in the water. Can they swim? Let's see. And spluttering and clinging to the branches of the tree, they went whooshing down a waterfall and all the way to sea. Oh no. And the duckbills hooted happily. They hooted, "Hip, hip, hooray," for the heroic one and only duck-billed Drip. There he is. He saved all his new family. Isn't that a nice story? Alright, hope you guys enjoyed this book. Alright, bye.